Hello everyone, welcome to our channel Jeet Ki Pathshala. Today we are going to discuss another topic from Geography Social Science class 10 and the topic is Economy of Assam. But before starting our lesson, if you are new to our channel, do subscribe our channel and don't forget to like, share and comment. Today's topic is Economy of Assam, that is page number 92. And the topic is agriculture. Hope all of you know about agriculture, is not it? So let's see some of the important points that you should remember in this lesson. Point number 1. Assam is an agricultural state. So you should know that Assam is basically dependent on agriculture. Second point is about 75% people of Assam are engaged in agriculture, which means the main income source of Assam is agriculture. As the majority of people of Assam are dependent on agriculture, it is the main income source for the people living in the state. Number 3. Whole Assam has been divided into 6 agroclimatic zones based on variation in soil types, topographical characteristics, rainfall and temperature distribution over the state. So the entire land area of Assam is divided into 6 categories on the basis of variation in soil types, topographical characteristics, rainfall and temperature distribution. So these characteristics are not similar in all the places of Assam. As a result, there are 6 agroclimatic zones in Assam. So let's try to understand these agroclimatic zones with the help of a picture. Here you can see that Assam is divided into 6 agroclimatic zones. So let's see the number 1. The first one is Lower Brahmaputra Valley zone. Then it comes North Bank Plain zone. After that it comes in number 3 Central Brahmaputra Valley zone. After that in number 4 it is Upper Brahmaputra Valley zone. In number 5 it is Barak Valley zone, and in number 6 it is Hill zone. So these are the 6 agroclimatic zones of Assam. Okay, so these 6 agroclimatic zones of Assam are very much important and you should remember this one. You should keep this image in your mind. So now we will see the land area that present in each agroclimatic zone in this table. So in number 1 you can see Lower Brahmaputra Valley zones. It has 9.30 lakh hectare of area, that is net cropped area. Next it comes the North Bank Plain zone. It has 5.37 lakh hectare of net cropped area. That means this much area is used for agricultural purpose in this zone. Third one is Central Brahmaputra Valley zone, where 3.28 lakh hectare of land is used for agriculture. Then in number 4 it is Upper Brahmaputra Valley zone, where 6.20 lakh hectare of land is being used. Number 5 it is Barak Valley zone, where 2.42 lakh hectare of land is being used for agriculture. And number 6 it is Hill zone, where 1.54 lakh hectare of land is being used for agriculture. So in this chart you can easily understand that Assam has 6 agroclimatic zone, and among them it is Lower Brahmaputra Valley zone, where 9.30 lakh hectares of land is being used for agriculture, and it has the highest area used for agriculture among all the 6 agroclimatic zone, is not it? Now if we go to the lowest one, in number 6 you can see the Hill zone, which has only 1.54 lakh hectare of land. So from here what you have to remember? You should remember the name of all the agroclimatic zone and the highest and the lowest one along with the area. This will be very important for you. Okay. So now if we go to the next one, what we can see? Let's see some of the crops that are grown in Assam like rice, wheat, pulses, oilseeds, jute, sugarcane, fruits, spices, potato and vegetables. Now these are some of the crops that are grown in Assam. Okay. Now let's see jhum cultivation, which is also known as shifting cultivation. Jhum cultivation is especially known as jhum cultivation in northeast only. If you go outside northeast, this has another name which is known as shifting cultivation. In this image you can easily see that some people are working on the hill area, especially they are cleaning the forest. And in this image you have seen that they have put fire on the forest. After this we can see here they are cultivating the crops. It means what? In jhum cultivation, at first peoples of the hilly area, they clean the forest. After that they put fire on the forest and then they cultivate on that forest. Okay, it is the system of practicing agriculture in hilly area. Now let's see some of the important point that you should remember regarding jhum cultivation. Number one is jhum cultivation is practices in the hill district of Assam, that is Karbi Anglong and Dima Hasao. So generally if we talk about the jhum cultivation in Assam, basically in Karbi Anglong and Dima Hasao, this system of cultivation is practices. But if we talk about India, there are many other places where people practices jhum or the shifting cultivation. Okay. Next is number 2, 66% of Karbi Anglong and 85% of Dima Hasao is covered by hills. Okay, which means out of the total land area, 66% of the land area of Karbi Anglong is covered by hills, while in Dima Hasao out of 100%, 85% is covered by hills. Next it is the people performing jhum cultivation shift to a new place for cultivation as the soil loses its fertility. So the people who depend on jhum cultivation or who practices jhum cultivation, they shift to a new place for cultivation as the soil loses its fertility. It means the people performing or practicing jhum cultivation, they shift to a new place after performing cultivation in a place for some years as the soil loses its fertility. Okay, that's why it is also known as shifting cultivation, as these people moves from one place to another. Now let's see some of the problems that are created by jhum cultivation. Number 1 is destruction of forest. It means jhum cultivation leads to destruction of forest, because here people have to clean, cut and burn the forest for cultivation. Next it is number 2 is soil erosion. As you know that in jhum cultivation lots of plants and trees have to be cut, which results in soil erosion. Next it is loss of soil fertility. So the soil that contains fertility generally lose because of jhum cultivation. So that is also the problems that are created by jhum cultivation. There are many more, but basically these 3 points are very much important. Next, if we see here, you can see an image where you can see terrace cultivation. So just now we have seen that because of jhum cultivation there may be different types of environmental problems. So to avoid all those problems, we have to popularize this kind of cultivation, which is known as terrace cultivation. Hope in this image you can clearly see what is terrace cultivation. Okay, so now our duty is what? To make terrace cultivation popularized so that we can avoid the different types of environmental problems. So these were some of the important thing from Economy of Assam agricultural part. Tomorrow or in the next day we will discuss about the Economy of Assam industries, and whatever we have discussed today, if you read this much, then easily your agricultural portion will be clear. So this much for today. If you have any doubt, then please write in our comment section, and don't forget to watch our upcoming videos. Thank you very much for watching the video.